MiFID came into effect in November 2007. And you got a 5-year period, and at the end of the 5-year period, toward the end of 2012, you had Dodd-Frank came into effect. So 2 things, 5 years, right? You look at the 5 years since Dodd-Frank came into effect, and wow, holy cow, right? You've got, I don't know, probably 20 significant regimes or changes to existing regimes that have happened. So the landscape's changed really quite significantly. And the big challenge for firms is to stay on top of that.
Obviously, no one is really ready today as it is right now, because it's obviously, we don't even have all the details yet. The regulator itself hasn't published all the necessary documents. However, I get a distinct feeling that everybody has a clear vision to what needs to be done for the 3rd of January.
So if you look at just the next 6 months in the reg reporting landscape, you've got FinFrag, which is a Swiss implementation of the G20 derivatives reporting happening. You've got a very major technical update to EMIR. You've got MiFID II in January, which is absolutely huge. There's some Asian jurisdictions with phased implementation. They're coming on stream in that time as well. And quite frankly, firms are struggling to keep up. And that's I was just on a panel, and one of the things we were discussing was around this EMIR technical change to reporting is quite a big thing. It's quite complicated. And a lot of firms, there's a sense around the industry that a lot of firms are not able to put as much attention on it as they ideally should, because MiFID II has just got so much attention and so much focus, and they've only got so much resource. And one of the panelists made an interesting point that actually some of the kind of experience of the people who are dealing with this EMIR change, they're the more junior kind of people, because all the senior guys are on the MiFID stuff, and it just really goes to show actually how difficult it is, even for the large firms, to stay on top of this. The nature of what firms just want to buy in this space has changed dramatically. They don't want an integration project. They don't want a problem. They're really looking for suppliers who can deliver everything in one place. It's kind of one-stop shop. That you trade once, report it everywhere is the kind of ideal. I'm not sure anyone's there yet. We're working hard to get there, but it's a really, really significant trend and change in this space that we've seen in the last sort of 18 months, 2 years.
From a vendor's perspective, the IT changes are for us the most important ones. What we see there is about a number of new data items coming. Data items associated to a trade or associated with an order that now need to be collected, need to be sent to different brokers, to exchanges. They all need to be part of your record-keeping requirements, and they all need to be audited. So this is a big change to the existing flows and platforms that brokers look at. Other parts are also around pre-trade risk. It's around monitoring. It's about audits, it's around governance, where a lot of new changes coming in. MiFID is a European regulation, so therefore the main target is obviously on European entities, on European markets, on European instruments. However, we also need to acknowledge that financial markets are in nature global. This is particular for the derivatives markets. So when talking about the cross-border impact of MiFID, we need to be very careful. The way we look at it at Fidessa is that we differentiate between a direct and an indirect impact. What I mean with direct impact is a US firm actually have to be regulated under MiFID, which probably is not true. There's probably only a few cases where this is actually true, that the US firm itself has to be regulated. However, where we might see, where US firms might see some impact is indirectly, where they might not, a regulator might force them, but because the industry in itself decides to adjust to a new business standard, a new global standard, and that they will be, as part of the best practice, that they will also have to adhere to.
I think the other side of January 3rd, from the 4th onwards, we'll see a lot of correction. There's going to be a lot of kind of going, revisiting. I imagine it's going to be all hands to the pumps. We'll probably actually, a lot of processes that are automated will have manual intervention, just because on kind of it's showtime. Things never go quite as you'd expect.
There's also a lot of opportunities in improving the markets, making them safer and more robust. And the key thing is, if we are able to manage all those regulatory change, and if we are able to deliver a cost-efficient solution to the end customer. I'm not necessarily talking only to the sell side. I'm also thinking about the pensioner, the farmer who wants to hedge his exposure. If we're able to deliver them a better and safer market, I think overall we could end up in a better and more liquid environment.